TOA community, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Robert Linkul, trainingtheolderadult.com. I have received many questions about how we connect our handles to our bands and how we hang our bands up on the racks behind us in what I call a band sparing or saving way. So I want to review that with you here really quickly. Let's review all the pieces that are necessary for this. I personally feel like the Rogue Echo bands are the best bands on the market. There are other good bands out there, but who has the best? I feel like these are the best. No, we are not sponsored by Rogue, nor am I sponsored by anyone. We have companies that I like to recommend their product because I think they're a high quality product, and we can partner with them on some courses and some other things we've done in the past, but we make $0 from them. No monies are exchanged in return for any of this. I just don't want you to invest your money into something that's not very good. Now, Perform Better, good bands, there are other good ones out there. As far as a band that will last a long time, is very durable, and is comfortable to hold on to. That's the hard part for me. Because there are other ones out there that maybe are just as durable, but they're not comfortable to hold on to. They've got this filmy, powdery coat to them it's itchy and it hurts your hands. These bands are fantastic. These are the ones we have here and the ones that I'm going to demo with. So I think these are the best bands out there, okay? Now, when it comes to handles, I don't think anything beats the Angle 90 grips. Now, typically they're orange. You can see our orange ones over here. Watch my finger right there. We got 6 sets of orange Angle 90 handles. These are from Eccentric, which they have a special set that they make that are in black. Angles makes them and then Eccentric sells them. I prefer them. They're the exact same things. They're just way cooler because they're in black. So you can get them there. I put the price up there for you. If you want to buy the orange ones from angles90.com, you can use Linkul 10. Yep, Linkul 10, and you get 10% off. Again, we don't make any money from that. They're just partners of ours, buddies of ours. So there you go. Angles 90, Linkul's 10. So those are the grips. Now, you need a loop strap. These loop straps, let me show you this one. There's the loop strap. We got these from Rio Direct. This one is Valacon. I don't know. Any of these tie-down loop straps that will hold a couple thousand pounds. This one's 4,800 pounds of pressure. These are, I think, 10 inches or 12 inches. I would much prefer like a 6-inch loop strap would be perfect, but I can't really find those anywhere. So these 10-inch ones or 12-inch ones work just fine. This goes over the pull-up bar, and then your carabiner on the other end loops through that and hangs down just like so. And then you hook your band onto said carabiner. And now these carabiners that are designed, let me show you the carabiners, okay? We love the black diamond ones. Any mountaineering level or quality carabiner, I know you look at this, you're like, it's $34 for 3 of those. Those are $12 each, okay, $11.50 each. Totally worth it because these things will hold 2,800 pounds, if not more. I think it's even higher than that. Where is it? These things are, nothing's going to break these unless you hang like a Toyota off of it, right? So what I don't want is this to ever break and smack my client or myself in the face. The anchor should never break, okay? And ideally, the band should never snap and break on someone because we, the coaches, should be checking them on a regular basis and never allowing it to get to that point. As soon as they start to show some wear and tear or they're starting to rub, get rid of them. But if you're running the band over the bar and then looping it back through itself, the rubber on rubber wears and wears and wears, and eventually it's just going to snap, right? So if I have something that is designed to be smooth and not cut my rope, because the rope is what my life is supported by as a mountaineer, right? Why would I not trust it to hold this rubber band, which is going to get upwards of 20 to, let's say, 150, 200 pounds of pressure on it, okay, if I'm a monster. So You have that guy over the bar or over a wall mount or a carabiner hook in the wall with a stud or an eye hook or whatever you have. This just goes over the pull-up bar. We have shackles. See, these are shackles right here. It's got a little loop hook shackle and a carabiner built into it. We get those from Rogue as well to go on our racks. So you have this little loop connector that goes over the bar. Carabiner then hangs out. Band goes onto that. And on the other end of the band, you have your other black diamond carabiner. That's why you need 3 of them, right? And you click that guy into the band, and now you can row from that end, and you're in good shape. So we take this guy, and we're gonna hook it. Up here, I've got a high carabiner hook. You hear that click in, and then I've got my handles, and I'm gonna come back here, and now I can row, and I can do my face pulls, and I can do whatever else I'm gonna do from this, where I've got a good secure carabiner to rubber band attachment, and I don't have to worry about that breaking or rubbing or cutting, because look at the carabiner, look how nice and smooth that little tooth is on there. That's not going to jaggedly cut anything like some of the ones that come and they have the 2 little hook prongs and the other one goes down the center of it, right? And that's how it closes. Well, if you pinch your band in there once or twice, it's gonna put a little cut in it. And then every time you pull it, that cut's gonna get a little bigger, 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 and then bah, okay, it's gonna smack you. So you want a carabiner that is geared for high mountaineering rock climbing, and you want it to be smooth, super smooth in here, and there's no teeth to catch it on. And then once it's there, if this is a regular band that you're gonna use, like ours are set up, let me show you. Ours are set up and they're just left here, okay? They're hiding on camera, but here's the shackle and here's the bands, and they just stay here. They're here permanently. This is home, right? They stay here for our prep. We always use those, we just leave them there. So if you're gonna have that and you're gonna hook handles on there, you can hook this guy on and then screw it, right? And now you don't have to worry about that ever coming off. That's not going anywhere. That's locked on there. And now you're good to go. This thing is secured and smooth, and it's gonna take care of your bands forever. That hook is smooth, secured. It's gonna take care of your bands forever. There is no rubber band to rubber band crossing. So these bands that, you know, they're not a huge investment, but they're an investment. These bands now will last you, you know, years, as long as you don't leave them in the sun and don't let them get oversaturated or overheated, right? By leaving them in the shed and it gets 140 degrees out there in the summertime, yeah, they're gonna dry out and crack, and the next time you pull on them, they're gonna blow apart. So you gotta take care of them. As long as you do that, you're in good shape, okay? These bands, awesome set, in my opinion. The orange band is the 1/4 inch band. It comes in a pair, so you're $14 for a pair of those, okay? Then the red band is next, the 1/2 inch, and that comes in a pair. So there's 17. So what are we at? We're at $31, is that right? Is that good math? Yeah. Then the blue Echo band is next, and you can add your choice to get a pair there. I think that's like 20. So now we're at $52, $51, something like that. And then the green band is the 1.5 inch. Now the red and the blue are the same 1/2 inch diameter, but the blue one's thicker, so it's a little bit heavier. And then you go to the green one that's a little wider, like 1.5 inch, and then the black one. And so the black one, I get just one of those, I get one green, and then I get pairs of everything else. So you end up with 2 oranges, or number 0, okay? 2 oranges, one pair of those, okay? And just make sure you're selecting the orders right. It should be 1 pair, 1 pair, 1 pair, and then a single and a single. That's a full set. In my opinion, that's all you need. Anything bigger than that black band, you're using it for maybe hip thrusts or super heavy deadlifts, but like regular gym life, I don't think you really need more than the black one, okay? So 1 black, 1 green, and then a pair of orange, a pair of red, and a pair of blue, and you're gold, man. You are good to go. What we have back there is a red and green, and those just hang one set on each side, and those are our primer bands. We do palms up and palms down with the green, and then we do all of our pullovers with the red. And then I've got orange bands and the other greens and everything else over here to use and attach whenever we need them. But I think you're in great standing with just that set. So there's a pretty good overview of everything that you need, where you can buy it, you know, what it's gonna cost you. You're probably looking at $110, $120 worth of bands, $35 for your carabiners, so there's $150. Your loop straps are like $10 if you want the Angle 90 handles. between 50 and 70, depending on which ones you get. So let's just call it $200 to get 2 full sets of bands, carabiners, hookups that you can set up in the gym, and then at least 1 set of handles that you can either, use with either one. Now, why do the handles? Like, why not just grab the bands and go? Because a lot of our clients have arthritis or osteoarthritis, and the arthritic component of holding the bands are not big enough to fill up their grip. So when you grab onto this handle, not only is it easier and it's not like digging into your hand if you don't have really strong midi hands. I've got midi hands, right? They're beefy. So grabbing onto that stuff's not a big deal, but it fills up your entire grip. And that's the beauty of this handle, is it fills the center, but it tapers at the pinky end and on the index finger end. See how it tapers? It gets smaller there. So it's fat here in the center and it tapers at the end. So clients can get their hands all the way around it. It fills up that center, so their arthritic component of their hand is very full. Their whole hand's arthritic, but the center of it's very full, and then they can kind of grip their hand around it and feel a solid grip, but they can also still touch their index finger and their pinkies on either end. Where with like a fat grip, where it's just 2.5 inches all the way through, they can't quite get their hand all the way around, so it's really difficult to hold on to. But it feels nice to have the middle of their hand filled up by a handle. And there's also a curve to it. Notice the curve that's in there. And so it's not just a flat, straight handle. That also is very comfortable and very comforting to the hand, right? It's got this flat trigger on the top, so you can put your thumb there, or for a full, closure grip all the way around. These can loop and hook onto pull-up bars, so you could do rotating pull-ups and chin-ups and everything else, and then hook these onto whatever pulling devices, pressing devices you want. There you go, team. Comments, questions, hit me up down below. If not, continue to fight your good fight against sarcopenia. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.